A researcher is investigating a new anti-seizure drug that binds to and activates GABA-A receptors in the central nervous system. During the experiment, she isolates a nerve and uses a micro-electrode to measure its membrane potential under physiologic conditions. The resting potential of the nerve is found to be minus 70 millivolt. The question is, which of the following membrane potentials will most likely be recorded from this neuron following exposure to the new drug? Your options are A minus 75 millivolt, B minus 70 millivolt, C minus 55 millivolt, D 0 millivolt, E plus 25 millivolt, F plus 40 millivolt, G plus 60 millivolt, H plus 125 millivolt. Type your answer in the comment box. Congratulations if your answer is A, which is minus 75 millivolt. The GABA-A receptor is an ionotropic receptor, such as part of an ion channel, that regulates the flow of negatively charged chloride ions across the neuronal cell membrane. A drug that binds to and activates GABA-A receptors will increase the conductance of chloride ions, causing passive transport down the concentration gradient into the cell interior. This causes the membrane potential to become hyperpolarized, more negative than the resting membrane potential by approaching or reaching the equilibrium potential for chloride, which is 75 millivolt. A cell that becomes hyperpolarized is temporarily made refractory to firing an action potential. If you chose any option other than A, you were incorrect. Let's briefly discuss the other options. Choice B, which is minus 70, cannot be the answer as exposure to the experimental drug will make the neuronal membrane potential more negative than the resting membrane potential due to the opening of chloride channels. Choice C cannot be the answer because the opening of ligand-gated, controlled by binding of neurotransmitters, sodium channels allows for the initial influx of positively charged sodium ions. This causes a graded depolarization of the neuronal cell membrane toward the threshold for firing an action potential, which is minus 55 millivolt. Choices D, E, F, and G. Once the threshold membrane potential is reached, fast voltage-gated sodium channels open to mediate the upstroke phase of the neuronal action potential. During this time, the membrane potential becomes even more positive due to the rapid influx of sodium ions and causes the membrane potential to approach the equilibrium potential for sodium, which is plus 60 millivolt. Choice H, which is plus 125, cannot be the answer because the influx of positively charged calcium ions can raise the membrane potential even further, which is more positive than plus 60 millivolt toward the equilibrium potential for calcium ions. If you're finding this difficult to understand, consider watching this episode again.